This acrylic pour tutorial changed everything for my Dutch pour technique. After years of testing pouring medium recipes, consistencies, and methods, I finally found the formula that gives me full control, vibrant layers, and wispy movement without losing the composition. If you've ever struggled to control your paint in fluid art, this is the technique that made it click for me. This is the successful beginning of endless possibilities. After a long journey trying many recipes, consistencies, and pouring medium combinations, I finally found the ideal formula for my version of Dutch pours. This is the one technique that almost got away. I wanted a look with wispy outlines to show transparency while preserving the vibrancy of the colors even after multiple layers. I wanted flow but with control, cells without them overtaking the painting, and a composition that was powerful and subtle at the same time. Please allow me to share one of the biggest highlights of my fluid art journey with all of you. Welcome back to Inktassi. I'm Vanessa, and today's acrylic pour tutorial is all about my ultimate recipe for Dutch pours. Let's start with consistency because the zero trace one never really worked for me. I realized that I needed a 1-second trace to be able to control the movement and direction of the paint. All my colors have the same consistency.
Silence draws us closer still. Unspoken words.
This is my base paint, Triart Viridian mixed with lamp black and a few drops of sap green. It's the same consistency as my colors. It's a custom-made color and you can find my recipe and measurements in the description box. I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I would change moving forward to prevent potential mishaps. I'm not going to speed up this section because I want you to see the movement of the paint. It's running and moving evenly, but it's not rushing on the canvas.
Come together with the setting sun. Wash over me, cleanse me completely to the rhythm of your tide, every fear subsides.
This is sleep number 1. I added extra base paint thinking I needed more to make it flow. I didn't need this extra paint. In fact, too much paint on the canvas with this technique can cause cracking or an uneven surface while drying. Now onto the colors. This is Triart Deep Gold. Sleep number 2 was running the colors really close to the edge. I've done a couple of paintings after this one and I get better results when I leave some space on the edges. The second color is Amsterdam Greenish Blue, one of my favorites. The consistency of the paint is great so far. You can see it's not sinking into the base. There is no halo, which would indicate it's too thin, and it's not expanding too much. Next is Pivot Iridescent Green Yellow. I wanted to be careful with this color because it's very powerful and tends to overtake the painting. That's why I'm hiding it between the layers. This is Prussian blue from Amsterdam. This is a transparent color. Please note that if you are using Liquitex Prussian blue, that one is opaque and might cover your other layers and make your colors underneath it disappear. We are ending with golden iridescent gold fine. It looks white while wet, but it will change into this beautiful gold color when dry. Interference colors are best seen against a dark background color. And the last one is Arteza Pearl Turquoise. This is a mica-based paint that will most likely create a bit of separation with the paints, making beautiful effects. Okay, so now it's blow drying time. I'm at the high setting with cool air. It's surprisingly easier to control. I'll show you exactly when I realized how. This first blow, I went too close to the paint right away. It makes it harder to control. For this second one, I flipped the blow dryer upside down. I'm left-handed and sometimes this way feels more comfortable. It made no difference in the outcome with either position. Right here, see how high I had my blow dryer. It's already working, but by starting the air from higher, I was able to be in total control of the movement of the paint. I lowered it as I went and directed the movement the way I wanted. Look at the difference in the colors. They are not as spread out as the other ones. Here is another view. I'm keeping the blow dryer higher and only going closer if I want to open the layers of paint more. This is what I found works best for me. I get to keep the vibrancy of the colors and some definition while creating that flowy, wispy look I love so much. Another view here. See, if I feel like the colors are spreading too much, I simply lift the blow dryer a bit more and regain control of the movement. So what I finally understood was that it doesn't matter the kind or brand of blow dryer you're using. It's how you control the flow of air. If you start high to a point where it's not moving your paint at all, you can slowly lower it to your liking. It also gives you an opportunity to check how thin or thick your colors are. I hope I'm explaining myself correctly. If you have any doubts or questions, please let me know in the comments. Of course, I realized I was missing a spot in the composition to make it more balanced, so I layered my colors the same way to add a thin bloom in that area. As long as you don't let the base paint dry for too long, it's totally possible to integrate new layers seamlessly. And look at this reaction. Some very well-defined cells. The colors are still sitting on top. I really love these sporadic lines and cells forming randomly against the dark green. Those are from either drippings when laying the colors or the air pushing them to the sides. Slip number 3. My canvas was not perfectly leveled. I did check before starting, but I didn't make sure the sides were also leveled, so the composition ended up dragging slightly to one side. Thankfully, it wasn't a complete disaster.
It's delicate the way we move, the shifting light we drift through.
Here is the piece fully dry. You can see how it shifted toward one side. I loved so many things about it that I made it a sibling using the same colors but changing the layering and avoiding those little mishaps from the first one. And here they are side by side. What do you guys think? I'd love to read your comments about these pieces. Here is a close-up of that sibling completely dry. If this acrylic pour tutorial helped you, give it a like and let me know in the comments what part of the process made the biggest difference for you. Your support helps this channel grow and allows me to continue sharing more fluid art techniques, Dutch pours, bloom techniques, and acrylic pouring tutorials with you. I'll be sharing my exact paint mixing recipe, measurements, and pouring medium formula in an upcoming tutorial, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. Thank you for being part of Intasi, and I'll see you in the next one.